Right, a very good evening and welcome to Nigerian Stock Exchange Daily. This is a daily review of how the market went today. If you watch my earlier broadcast in the morning for the breakfast update, you will have seen that the market started on a slow mode, and that is not unusual. That is not unusual, especially on the first working day of the week. But since then, a lot has happened. As I mentioned in previous broadcast, the stock exchange is like a football match. A team can start playing well, a team can start on a slow mode, or players can start gradually and then warm up into the game. That is how it is on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So today was no exception. Some stocks, the market started really on a slow mode, and then things picked up eventually. So it's been a very busy day for different stocks. Uh, as usual, I'm going to mention the top gainers and also the top five losers. But before mentioning which stocks appreciated the most and then which lost the most, just to give you a rundown of some of those, how the market moved. Chance was among those who went bullish today. Veritas Assurance, Zenith Bank, they were some of the gainers who had bullish stints today. Austin Lars also had a moment. So there was a lot of movement, as mentioned before, in a football match. You can see of 11 players, including the goalkeeper on each side. So a player, a defender can play well, a midfielder can have a good day. So that is it with the stock market. Various stocks can have up and down movement. Some start slowly, a player can perform well in the first half, in the first 10 minutes and fade. A player can come alive after the second half begins or late into the game. So that is how it is. So before mentioning the top five gainers, as mentioned, those that performed today that really performed on the bearish side. We had Secure Electronics. It had its moment, it went up, it went down, as is normal on a market day. Again, just comparing it to a football match, a player can have a good first 10 minutes. Second half, they can fade. A team can perform well in the first few minutes and also fade away in the second half. So that is it. Momentum swings. The same thing in the stock market. Stocks based on market forces. Investors can decide to get excited at a particular time with the stocks. They can start to pump in money or they can start selling shares. Sometimes the investors, traders, institutional investors, they are directed by automation. So when sometimes they see market movement or hear a particular news, there can be a flurry of action. So that is how the market is. But today, those who gained were Tantalizer. Tantalizer performed very well. It had a bullish stint. At one time, it went as high as over 9% in appreciation. Also, ABC Transport had a particularly good time in the market. At a particular time, the value went up by over 9%. And also, UPDC rate, Real Estate Insurance Trust, at a particular time, the shares went up in value by over 3%. So that is it. So if you had instructed your stockbroker for any of the shares that appreciated in value, if today was the day you had asked them to sell, it will have been a good day for you, because that means the value of those your shares appreciated. You will have done very well. Okay, and those that. So let's go straight away to those, the top 5 performance, and then the top 5 losers of the day. Remember, this is a daily thing. Some stocks perform well. They started well actually in the day, but they closed on a very, very bad note. So FD, the top 5 losers for today were fixing, it closed very badly, it was on a very poor run, 10% loss in value. So fixing, if you wanted to enter the market, you wanted to buy, or you just wanted to increase your holding in your portfolio, for instance, today will have been a good day to buy fixing. Also, Academy Press was among the Fitson was the top number 1 in the top 5 losers, followed by Academy Press, RT Briscoe, Sun Assurance, and Learn Africa. So these were the top 5 losers. These were the top 5 stocks that closed as the top 5 losers at the end of the day. So if you had wanted, for instance, to increase your portfolio and to enter the market, any of these 5 will have been good because they were down in value. That is what you should know about, if you're investing in the stock market, if you're coming in. But apart from investing, just on a general note, these were the stocks that ended, as the worst losers, as the top 5 losers. Again, let's look at this in terms of footballing terms. So that means it could mean that at the last 10 minutes of a match, you can say these are the players that perform the most woeful. So that's how it is. So in the beginning of the day, tomorrow is a completely different market day. But today, or just like say in this particular match, these 5 players, they ended, on a very sliding note. They could have performed well in the first half up to the 70th minute, but in the last 5 minutes when the match ended, this was their rating. So Fitson went down by 10%, Academy Press went down by 9.7%, RT Briscoe went down by 9.43%, Sun Assurance went down by 9.3%, and then Learn Africa lost value by 8.7%. So these are the top 5 losers at the end of today. Then which stocks do you think are the top 5 gainers at the end of today? Starting from number 5, Link Assurance. Link Assurance is number 5, followed by Abbey Building Society of Abbey Mortgage Bank. This was a second, so we're looking at the top 5 gainers now. Number 5 is Link Assurance. Number 4 is Abbey National. Link Assurance closed at 9.36%. So again, if you had Link Assurance shares and you were selling today, this will have been a good day to sell because it closed at the end of the market by 9.3% bullish. And then number 4 is RB Mortgage Bank. That was number 4. ABC Transport. If you were to dispose or do some selling today and you had ABC Transport, will have been a good day for you. TIP closed at number 2, 9.91, and the International Energy has been doing tremendously well of recent. Last week it hit 10% in appreciation. Today also it is top dog in terms of the top 5 gainers. So these are your top 5 gainers from number 5 upwards. Link Assurance, Abbey Mortgage Bank, ABC Transport, TIP, and international energy. So that is it for today. That's how the market performed today. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you market update at breakfast. So thank you for watching tonight. And then tomorrow also will be another edition of the NGX Daily. Until then, take good care and enjoy the rest of your evening.